What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside my man here at IFBB Pro.
Ryan Terry.
Exactly. So I was just letting you introduce yourself. I'm being a gentleman here.
Thank you.
You people are polite in the UK.
Yeah, we're okay.
So the thing is, as you might know, #2 in the Olympia in physique.
Yeah.
Phenomenal physique, just aesthetic and everything. And the thing is, as you move up the ranks, mindset-wise, you go from competing at a regional level to maybe a national level, and then you're a pro, and then you have the Olympia.
Yeah.
So I don't think a lot of people realize, I think it'd be a great thing to talk about, is the difference, like what kind of mindset, like what is it like getting ready to compete in the largest show in our sport?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, for me, starting out, I've only done 9 or 10 shows now, so a lot of people I've competed against have done 30, 40 shows, so I'm not as experienced as some guys up on stage. But for me, I started out as an amateur, obviously, like everyone does, and I just did it for a bit of confidence, really. I didn't have much expectation, I didn't know what the shows were about, and it kind of flew me into it. I've only, like I say, done 10 shows in 3 years, and in that time, I won the Arnold Classic as an amateur and the British Championships, which is your like Miami Nationals kind of thing over here. So yeah, it threw me into it, and obviously I went straight into the pro ranks, and that was a massive step for me. Huge nerve-wracking thing to come over to America, and obviously to go against you guys. Very different judging. They look for different things in physiques as well. They seem to like the bigger physiques as well. So mentally that was quite hard. I had to go back to the drawing board. So in 2014, I realised it wasn't about, in the UK it was more just being as shredded as you can, and over here it's a bit more size, a bit more symmetry, things like that. So 2014 I decided I had to go back to the drawing board, put some size on. I had a year out. And for me, for anyone as a competitor wants to step on the biggest stage in the world, which is the Olympia.
Absolutely.
So yeah, in 2015, that was my goal, and I put on my vision board. At the end of 2015, I want to be on that Olympia stage no matter what.
Vision board.
Yes, vision board.
Explain the vision board.
So for me, some people might laugh at this, but a vision board I do at the start of every year, and it's what I want to accomplish in that year. And I get it, it's a mindset. So for me, I get it implanted into my head at the start of the year of what I want to achieve by the end of it, and the steps I'm going to take to get there. So for me in 2015, it was to represent my country on the biggest stage in the world, which is obviously the Olympia. And the steps to get there, the smaller steps, the smaller goals in order to get the long-term goal, was doing shows in America, getting myself known over here, obviously doing the circuits, and I hit 3 shows back to back. I did the Miami, the Pittsburgh, and the Atlanta pro shows, all back to back within 3 weeks, and I was very fortunate enough. I got second in my first show, first and first, 2 firsts. So that obviously shot me up the ranks here and qualified me for the Olympia. And going into the Olympia, it was a whole new ball game, whole new mindset. Had to mentally prepare myself ready for obviously stepping on the biggest stage and not making a fool out of myself. That was my biggest fear, is obviously stepping on there and embarrassing myself, my family, my country. But yeah, I was fortunate enough in my first year to get 4th, and then this year I got 2nd.
So getting ready for, let's say, okay, I'm doing the Olympia, you're 12 weeks out.
Yeah.
Where does your mind go?
So for me, people say, oh, how do you get motivated for shows, or how do you get this and that? If you can't get motivated for the biggest show in the world, then there's no point competing, there's no point doing it. And that alone for me got me fired up and ready to train every day and get those blinkers on and make sure I don't miss a calorie and that I don't miss a session. So that was a great starting point. I've got an awesome team around me. I've trained with like Mr. Universe, so people who are twice the size of me. So I can never have, my language, like a half-assed session. It's always balls out to the way, and you walk out either crawling out of the gym or being sick. So that's how my mentality, and that's how I've always been brought up in training. So the 12 weeks was hard, but at the same time, every time I started to get tired or felt a bit lacking in energy, I just thought of that stage. And obviously any competitor knows that is the biggest stage in the world. So I was fired up, more than motivated, and both of those preps, the 2015, 2016, and I'm not just saying this, they were my favourite preps. They were, I wouldn't say easiest, but I would say the most focused, in the point that I just wanted to be the best I could be on that stage. So I always want to be the best I can be, but for that stage in particular, I wanted to shine. So that always in the back of my mind, every session and every meal.
That's fantastic. So you get on the stage, so you went from 4th to 2nd.
Yeah.
Did you see that when you got 2nd place? So close.
Yes, yeah, 1
so
point.
Close. What's that feeling?
It's amazing. To be honest, it's been, what, 2 months now? Just less than 2 months.
Yeah.
And still very surreal. I still can't fathom out how I'm second in the world, but it's an amazing feeling, and it just fires me up again. Obviously, I've got a full year now to make improvements. I know where my weak points are, and I need to improve on them, so I've got a full year to do that. And again, it'd be boring if you went out and win it first time. There's no story behind that. So for me, I want to make a journey out of it. I love America, and I love traveling around it. I've done a lot of traveling now the last year or so in America. Looking to move out here. So that's all part of the journey. And I think I'm turning 28 next month, and I think that's a good age to win the Olympia.
I think so. I think so. So you talk about your team around you, USN.
Yes.
Tell me about those guys.
USN, they have just launched out here. I've been with USN for 6 years now, so I've always stayed with the same company. And in the UK, and I'm not just saying this because I'm sponsored by them, but in the UK, they are one of the biggest supplement companies. And when I first started out and I came into a bodybuilding gym, I went to the counter and I was asking what do I take supplement wise and things like that. And it was between USN and Optimum Nutrition. They were the only two sold, and so that's all I ever knew. And at the time, I just tried the USN, and I was with them ever since. So when the option came to be sponsored by them, about 2 years after that, I jumped at the chance. And yeah, they've supported me the last 6 years. They've never pushed me to compete, which I know a lot of companies do that, whereas USN, they've always backed me in whatever I've wanted to do. So in my career, I started off modelling, things like that. Don't judge me. And then I went into the more manly and men's physique bodybuilding kind.
So you went from modeling to the more manlier men's physique. You heard it right here.
Well,
you know, it's funny, we were joking about that. Like, men's physique is like supposedly the less manly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are wearing shorts. Bodybuilders, we're literally wearing an eye patch over our crotch. Which one is less manly?
Yeah.
You tell me. I don't know. And I'm a bodybuilder. I'm like, wait a second. This whole argument does not make sense.
I know what you're saying.
I think board shorts are much more masculine than an eye patch.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah,
I'll go with that. But for me, I love bodybuilding. Like I say, I've always been around bodybuilding my whole life. So my whole training life, shall we say. And my stepdad was Mr. Britain and things, and that's how I got into bodybuilding. So got massive respect for it. For me, size-wise, I just don't fit that category.
It's still the same mentality.
Yeah,
you bring
definitely
the best physique you can for the division you're in.
100%.
And if you look at men's physique and these guys, and you train legs hard, and we always joke about that, but let's be real here, like, you guys are bringing more of like what Frank Zane had, you know, and that's still bodybuilding.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have to be, again, wearing Speedos. It's a different style. We present your physique differently for different styles of physiques. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I do it, and for me personally, never say never. I would love to one day step into the more manly, shall we say, with the pants.
So you really want to wear the eye patch?
No, I'd just love to say once to get my legs out, and just to say that men's physique do train legs. So I do put it out on my social media, and I do show my legs off. But it'd just be nice to one day step on when my career's done, maybe step on stage as a classic physique or something, just to show that I am aesthetic. I think.
Well, I think the whole, but you are aesthetic, okay? No, nothing weird there. Anyway, guys, USN, they obviously, they're part of the reason you're here. So click on the link below, check out their products. Their Whey Tella is ridiculous. The pre-workout is very hard hitting.
Yes.
I found that out today.
Yeah.
And be sure to check out more. Where can they find you on social media? I know you got a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, so I've just started my YouTube channel, so that's Ryan J. Terry. If you can subscribe to that, please.
That'll be linked down below as well.
Yeah. And then my Instagram is Ryan J. Terry as well. Twitter, the same, Ryan J. Terry, and Facebook, Ryan Terry.
All right, guys, dude, thanks for coming here.
Really
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Follow all that. Again, USN, click on the link down below. That's not a game.